Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 3. So this episode starts off with Robyn, and she's in bed. She's not wanting to get up. She's not that same Robyn that we're used to seeing, that morning person that jump right up, get her tasks done for the day. She's kind of just stuck in the bed. And the boys have virtual school, and virtual school starts at 9:10. She wakes her son up at 9:07, and he just jumps on the computer. And I was thinking, shouldn't he have gotten up, taken a shower, put on some fresh pajamas, and had something to eat before virtual school? I'm thinking that Robyn is probably going through some sort of depression. This was filmed during the pandemic, and the pandemic affected people differently. Some people were able to jump right into their regular everyday routines, even though they couldn't really go anywhere. Some people were able to still continue working out. Some people started working out. Other people became depressed. I am one of those people. I became depressed during the pandemic, not being able to be around all of my family and friends, not feeling comfortable enough to go into the gym, which was my regular everyday morning activity. Those things kind of bring you down. So I'm thinking that Robyn is possibly going through a depression, and I didn't think it was really the right way to handle it, the way Juan keeps telling her how unattractive it is that she's still in the bed and you need to get up, you need to get up. Not once did he ask her, what's going on, what's wrong, can I do anything, are you feeling depression? He didn't ask any questions at all. To him, it's just a turn off for her to be in the bed. Well, there's a lot of things that's a turn off for him. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things about him that's a turn off. Then you see Karen getting ready to have a Zoom call with some of her La Dame beauty customers, and Ray was a part of the Zoom call, and Ray is so cute. He was having a great time, and you know that he's retired now, and I think that it would be a great idea for her to include him in some of these Zoom meetings, because he seemed to be having so much fun. He was smiling, he was laughing, he had little jokes, and I think that their marriage has come a long way from last season when he didn't know if he was even still in love with her. Giselle meets up with Ashley for lunch, and they start out with a really decent lunch, some really good looking cake, and they ate the cake before the salad, which is my kind of people. Everything was going really well, and then all of a sudden Giselle decides that it's her business to bring up Michael and that MGM situation from last season, and she says, I'm not really feeling comfortable with him, or I don't really trust him, or something. And I thought, well, that's fine, ma'am, because that's not your business at all. Giselle is forever in other people's business, but if someone asks her about her non-relationship habit self, then they're in her business. You know what? Listen, a lot of people don't like Michael. I am one of those people. I think that Ashley is a sweetheart, and I think that she deserves better, but that's her marriage. And if I was her close personal friend, I would just support her in whatever it is that she's doing. But right at this time, when this lady could possibly go into labor right there at the restaurant, why would you bring up such a stressful situation for her? Mind your business, Giselle. Every single season, you make your storyline about somebody else's business. Share your true business for a change. Ashley decides to tell Giselle about what happened at Karen's love luncheon, and she explains that Mia told them that she had 3 C-sections, and they all wanted to know why she had her, and I'm going to put this in a better way, vagina rejuvenated. Oh my gosh. And Mia tells them that it was because of all the hot, heavy action that she was having over at her house. And I don't really know why that's important. And I don't know why that's their business as to why she had to get her vagina rejuvenated. I mean, if you look at some of the other housewives, I believe the Housewives of New Jersey, the Housewives of the OC, the Housewives of New York, I think, some of those ladies have had their vaginas rejuvenated, and not one person accused them of being loose or any of those other derogatory names that some people call women. Nobody said they was any of that because they got their vagina rejuvenated. I'm just saying, I don't know, but mind your business. Ashley also lets her know that Mia says that she has changed her opinion about Giselle due to Giselle wishing death upon Ray.
Wish death on Ray. She said,
"Are you really that type of person? Like, okay, so you're just a pretty face."
Mia said that?
mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So after she left that party, she's been texting me and Robin. It's like Happy Valentine's Day and blah, 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 all that.
But she didn't acknowledge that she said you're just a pretty face?
She didn't say that part. And I'm going to ask her about that.
Mia, girl, do I have a beautiful soul?
She has a beautiful heart.
Or am I just a pretty face? Which one is it? Are you just a flip-flopper? You need to figure out how you feel about me. You need to stick with it because I'm looking at you sideways.
Well, you know what I have to say about that, Miss Pretty Face. You were already looking at her sideways and calling her a bitch before she even got to the dinner. And then when she got there, you were still looking at her crazy, especially when she listed all the plastic surgery she's had. And my thing is, I appreciate that she was honest about what she's had done. She wasn't sitting there looking as if she had plastic surgery and lying about it, which is how some of the ladies do. Give this woman a break. Get off her neck. And, you know, you gotta let stuff go sometimes, Giselle. Take the high road. Giselle tells Ashley that she deserves to be pampered, so she's going to have a Pamper Ashley spa day, and she's going to invite all the girls. However, she does not want to invite Karen. Ashley tells her as her request, she would prefer that she invite Karen. So Giselle does invite Karen, and Mia is also invited. So we see Robyn at her mom's warehouse, and she's working on her embellished line hats and packing up everything. I was really surprised to see that her hat line is doing as well. I had heard that it wasn't doing that great. And some people are saying that those were a bunch of empty boxes and she was trying to convince us that she was doing big business. I don't know. But if she is doing big business, congratulations to you for needing to move your business out of your living room and into your mom's warehouse. Robyn had a new member of the Housewives. She's a friend of, and I think her name was Akila. I am probably all the way wrong about that, but she was there looking absolutely gorgeous, wearing extremely high Louis Vuittons. I hope I pronounced that right because I don't have any Louis Vuittons, none, okay? And most likely I never will. And then Wendy shows up and she's also wearing, I don't know, some fancy dancy shoes with high heels. And I said, well, what? You guys came over here to help pack these hats? And you're wearing these kind of heels? If this was a jeans and t-shirt day, I don't know what is. Come on. So while they were packing up the hats, Wendy lets Robyn know that she is going to start her own home care line, and she's going to start by selling candles. And Robyn makes this comment to the production team that what happened to being a professor and a political commentator, and now you're going to be making candles? Well, my thing is this, ma'am, what happened to you doing real estate? She can't do more than 2 or 3 things? Let me tell you something. Women today, we multitask. We can do everything. Do you understand? And why should you be able to get on here and sell your hats, but she not be able to get on here and sell her candles? Stop being so shady. Oh my gosh. Girl, stop. There's room in that warehouse for her candles. You could rent out a little space in your mama's warehouse for her candles. I'm just saying, stop being so rude. So Wendy tells Robyn all about going to the love party and how she would have popped off, but she's Zen Wen. And I said, oh my gosh, every episode for the last 3 episodes, she has referred to herself as Zen Wen. And I said, well, daggone it, last season it was all your degrees. This season we're going to hear about how you're Zen Wen, but you're never quite Zen. I think somebody has got to teach the professor what that means. You are popping off all the time, ma'am. When you're Zen, you're calm, you're relaxed, you're cool. Maybe you should start meditating. I'm just saying, a little tiny advice for the professor, okay, ma'am? She lets them know that Mia put her hands in her face, and you know what, Wendy, you're full of crap. You're full of crap. You started putting your hands in her face first. And then when she put her hands in your face and you told her, get your hands out of my face, or whatever, I'm paraphrasing. And then she told you they're in your face, what you gonna do? And when she said that, you pretended to be Zen Wen because you can't, no ma'am. You know you don't want to battle with this woman. Come on now. Miss Classy, I'm a professor, I'm a political commentator. You don't want the MSNBC to see you acting this way, do you? Because they know what Zen means, and that's not it. So Robyn brings up the whole situation that happened at Wendy's boob reveal party, where her and Giselle were both sort of ganging up on Karen, and how Wendy put a stop to it. And, you know, Robyn pretty much wanted Wendy to apologize for that, and Wendy did not. She doubled down on that. She said, I didn't want any of that going on at my house, and that's why I said that. And Robyn was really upset by it. You know, I don't understand why Zen Wen doesn't realize that that's Robyn's role in her and Giselle's relationship. Her role is to be Giselle's backup, to be Giselle's bodyguard, to put up with Giselle being wrong and go along with it as if she's right. That's just what it looks like to me, and these are only my opinions. During editing, I realized that Wendy has a little bit of a double standard when she said that
response to Mia is because I was defending Giselle. So I guess loyalty is a one-sided thing in the book of Giselle and Robyn because they're not showing any loyalty to me.
So you didn't want Giselle and Robyn to gang up on Karen, but you did want them to jump in and help you gang up on Mia, is what it sounded like to me. So while they're talking about Mia and the situation at Karen's love party, Mia is talking to her husband, Gordon, about what went down at Karen's party. And she says that she believes that Wendy's husband, Eddie, is afraid of Wendy.
I enjoyed talking to Eddie.
He comes off as like he's scared of her. I know my Eddie, and he doesn't think anybody in here is cute. Honey, your husband couldn't even look me in the eye when he met me.
You know what, all I can say is Wendy and Mia, this is going to be interesting this season. They are going to be interesting, and Potomac has the highest ratings right now. And right behind Potomac is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And behind them is nobody else. Everybody else has the lowest ratings ever, especially the Real Housewives of New York. Their ratings are so low. They have lost so many sponsors. The sponsors are pulling out with all of the stuff that's going on with Ramona and Ebony and Bershawn. I'm also hearing allegedly that Andy Cohen has been removed from being the executive producer in charge of the Real Housewives of New York, and that it's being taken over by NBC Universal. Allegedly, that is what I'm hearing, because they need to make some serious changes and shakeups before that show is completely canceled. They have also pushed back not once but twice the reunion. They have not filmed, and they don't know when they will film the reunion or if they even will, allegedly.
Have I told you that Chris is like managing me? I call him my husbander.
Okay, good luck with that.
That was very passive aggressive. What does that mean?
When you let your husband manage your money, they quit their job and they're managing you as their sole income.
Yes. I really don't like that you are making assumptions that Chris has some kind of ulterior motive trying to take over my life or take money from me.
Well, you know, listen. Normally, I do not agree with Miss Dorothy. about anything. But she might be onto something right here. I think that Chris should not be Candace's manager. Chris's profession is he is a chef. He should be managing a kitchen. He should be the head chef somewhere. He should own his own business, his own catering service. He should continue teaching those classes online, but not be her entertainment manager. It just seems a big stretch from being a chef, being a manager, and being her husband. That's a lot. So Wendy stops by Karen's, and it was really nice to see those two hanging out. I really love that Wendy and Karen are getting along this season. Last season, it was just a bunch of foolishness with the two of them and her 4 degrees and Karen's fireball. You know, it was a lot happening, but they are getting along this season, and I appreciate it. And Wendy wanted to get Karen's advice about her new home line, and especially these.
Partner?
Eddie,
Do you have a business plan?
I have written a paragraph of my business plan.
A paragraph?
That's not enough?
No. Whatever your budget is, double it.
Really?
Do you have a product?
Yes.
So far, we found out that Wendy has put in very minimal work. Karen gave her a lot of homework to do. First of all, the woman has 1 paragraph written for her business plan. She needs to double her budget, Karen told her, and she said that her budget was already more than she could afford, which was $20,000, and Karen told her she needs to double it to $40,000. I really do think that Wendy needs to sit down and have a conversation with her husband, who is a lawyer, who knows his way around contracts. They need to find a team to work with to help her kick this off, or at least they need to do some research to figure out how she can do this on a budget but effectively. I'm wishing her the best of luck. You know, Karen tells her, you know, there are multiple people in the world who sell candles, so why are they going to want to buy your candle? You have to be able to tell a story. You really do. And I saw where somewhere someone says, there's plenty of those little candles like that. You need to get you some big candles. And I thought about Kathy Hilton last week when she came to Kyle's house with that big bucket candle. I said, there you go. Maybe you should get big bucket candles, Wendy. But your budget will probably have to go up for the big bucket candles. I'm just saying. Anyway, I don't know anything about the candle business. What I can say is she does have a beautiful box. I mean, the box is beautiful. I would love to smell the candles. If I saw those candles being sold at my local Target or local Walmart, I'd probably buy it. Yeah, I would at least buy one just to see if I really liked it. So we're at Mia's house, and I laughed and chuckled because in house they have that big wall that's just one huge wine rack, almost as if it was a wine cellar. And when they showed her wine sitting on the cabinet where her son was doing his homework, one of my absolute favorite wines was sitting on the counter, and I chuckled because that is a $12.99 bottle of wine and they sell it at Target. And I laughed my butt off. I said, okay, I see not all of their wines are super expensive. See, I knew how to pick a good wine. So we also find out that her son Joshua, his bio dad, and her husband Gordon get along great, and they are all able to co-parent with no problems, and that really made me smile. I appreciate a good co-parenting group, so this way the child's being loved from all angles and nobody is bitter, and this kid doesn't have to go through misery of yelling, screaming parents. I really do like this. We also found out that Mia ended up in foster care, which I think she mentioned on a previous episode, but it turns out that both of her parents had addiction problems, and her mom lost custody of her, and then she lost contact with her mom for a very long time, and now she's allowing her mom back in her life, and she's having a rough time dealing with her mom being back. And she wants her mom to, talk to her about what happened, and she wants her to take responsibility. And my thing is, you have to slow down. I am absolutely positive that if her mom is on the sober track right now, she is probably suffering more than Mia will ever know. She is probably regretting all the things that she did, and she is missing all those memories that she could have formed, and she probably has not been able to get past it and forgive herself yet. So maybe her mom needs a little counseling by herself, and then maybe her and her mom can do counseling together so that they could gradually get through this. What I do like about it is that her husband is supportive. She's letting her mom in, and her children are getting the opportunity to know their grandmother. And her mom is getting the opportunity to give all of the love that she wasn't able to give Mia to her grandkids. And as long as they can keep honest and open, calm, rational communication, they might be able to bring this family back together and create a whole lot of good memories, and they may be able to release some of the hurt. But the good thing here is her husband is standing by her side. He is there to love and support her through this. So I am wishing nothing but love and happiness for her and her family. So Karen stops by Candace's new house, and she is absolutely excited. She thinks Candace's house is gorgeous, and I also think that that's a beautiful home. I really appreciated that they were able to sit down and have a rational conversation. You know, Karen explained her position and why she was staying neutral. She also lets Candace know that she does understand that she was hurt. Emotionally, she was hurt. Physically, she was hurt. And she is really sorry for that. She also lets her know that if she had to go back, she would make the same decision, to stay neutral, to continue to be friends with both her and Monique. And Candace, she didn't take it very well. Did she act out, whine, scream, and yell, throw butter knives? No, she didn't do that. I think that being in her new home with her stepchildren has helped Candace quite a bit. I'm liking Candace a lot more this season than I have any season that she's been on this show. She explains to Karen that they can still talk, they can still be cordial, but their friendship will never be what it was before because she just doesn't trust her. And then later in the episode, you hear her talking to somebody, I can't remember, and she was just saying that she was really ticked off because Karen still continues to be neutral and she doesn't want to take anything back or apologize for it. And my thing is this: let it go. Things have changed. Monique is not on the program anymore. I haven't seen any post-it notes in your new house, so you are clearly able to function. Okay, let it go. Let it go. So Robyn invites her friend Anika, I think. I am not saying this lady's name right, I just know it, to join the Pampered Ashley Day. And I really like this lady. I really do. She's very, very sweet. And I don't know how she's gonna go with Giselle, but I like her. Listen, by the next episode, I'm gonna know this lady's name. Anyway, it turns out that just 2 months ago, she had a baby. I said, oh my God, this woman looks amazing. She dropped her pregnancy weight quick. Karen and Giselle, they're still doing this ridiculousness. Karen comes in to Giselle's party, does not speak to Giselle. She goes right over to Ashley and she says she is not speaking to Giselle. Giselle looks Karen up and down, rolls her eyes and says, nope, I am not here for her, so I'm not talking to her. I said, oh my God, grow up. A little hello goes a long way. You don't have to have a full conversation, just hello, you know, or even thank you for the invitation or something. Oh my goodness. They played this game that I absolutely love. I've been to so many baby showers. I've had my own baby shower, and I never played this game where you guess who's pregnant belly. And I thought that was so cute. I definitely like it better than the tissue around the belly game. Oh my gosh. How many squares to get around her pregnant belly? Oh, stop it.
Yeah, I was pregnant here. Were you? I was pregnant with possibilities.
With her pregnant with possibilities cracked me up. That was adorable.
You know, when you said, well, your hands are in my face, I was just like, okay, what are you going to do about it? They're in your face.
But that can come off as threatening.
Yeah. Don't ever try me like that again.
Okay.
And I mean that
Well,
with the
let's back up a bit because I talk with my hands. Sorry.
I do
You got to get used to it.
No, don't do that.
You can't tell me how to act. This is my demeanor. If you don't like it, you can sit over there.
I didn't come for you at Karen's house because I respect people's house, but today I have time. I am Zen Wen, so do not try to come for me because what I do have and what I will always have is time. So TikTok, Mia.
Zen Wen has
Now TikTok.
Okay.
I have time.
Can anybody say lame? Girl, if you don't stop, who are you scaring? Who is afraid of you? Girl, please, from the time you got in the car and left Karen's house to this party, you sat around trying to come up with that line. Girl, bye. Get out of here. Girl, get you some business.
You said I was acting shady.
You were.
Okay, so you tried it.
Your issue is not with me. Your issue is with yourself because every 10 seconds you put your foot in your mouth. Zen Wen has time today.
Clearly, she's unhappy at home. So
No, sweetie, you're unhappy at home. That's why you need to get your clip fixed.
girl.
You know what? First of all, having her vagina fixed tells me that she's having a real good time over at her house. I'm not judging this woman. If she said her and her husband pounded out, and if that's the case, okay. And if that's what's happening, I say, all right now, girl, get it while you can. And also, how are you dismissing her? She's already getting up to leave. Girl, pipe down, pipe down. And how in the world are you defending Giselle? She said that she couldn't talk to small-minded people, but all season last year, you were screaming about not being able to talk to uneducated people. Ma'am, you were being just as rude as she was when she called you small-minded. She's just giving you the energy you gave her.
I hate that Wendy feels like she needs to puff her chest up in front of Mia. Girl, sit back. Your boobs are too new to be doing too much of this. You're gonna pop a titty.
I think she needs to take Candace's advice about them boobs. You know what? One thing you don't want is, number one, to get popped. And then you don't want those boobs to pop. Sit down. Those are fresh and new.
That's one thing. There was a comment made that you drink heavily.
Karen drinks a lot, for sure. Well, we can clear this up. I think it's very reckless to say someone's an alcoholic. You are a drunk.
Okay, so that was ridiculous. First of all, Karen, Shady Bravo, you pipe down, ma'am. You talked about somebody being an alcoholic, remember? Giselle, I believe. And get down in the comments, peeps. Did I miss something? Is Karen an alcoholic? I remember her having her fireballs and getting a little tipsy and talking about Ray, but if you just have a whole bunch of shots of Fireball on one occasion, does that make you an alcoholic? You know, sometimes my mind doesn't work right. I might have missed something. Get down in the comments. Is Karen an alcoholic and I don't know about it? And Mia and her, she used to be a stripper, but she didn't work the pole. And it was a nice place and she wore ball gowns. What kind of place is that? I mean, I strip in a ball gown, but there's no pole. I don't understand it. What kind of strip place is that? Is it burlesque? I don't know. You know what? The thing is, I'm not surprised. And who's shocked anymore these days? Everybody knows somebody who was a stripper, is a stripper, plans on being a stripper. I mean, is it a big deal? The thing is that she's not a stripper anymore. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's a business owner. Let the lady live. Everybody has a past. Anyway, peeps, I think that was a really good episode. I enjoyed watching it. I look forward to next week's episode. But what I really look forward to is hearing your thoughts. You have heard mine. Now I want to hear yours. Get down in the comments and let me know what you thought of this episode and if Karen's an alcoholic. Anyway, until next time, bye.